The U.S. Attorney in Delaware has been advised that he has full authority to make those kind of referrals that you're talking about, or to bring cases in other jurisdictions if he feels it's necessary. And I will assure that if he does, he will be able to do that.
Whistleblower Gary Shapley saying it was more than just taxes. Investigators obtained a WhatsApp message dated July 30th, 2017. Remember that date for a moment. It's from Hunter Biden to Henry Zhao with the CCP, where Hunter writes, "I am sitting here with my father, and I'd like to understand why the commitment has not been fulfilled. Tell the director I would like to resolve this now before it gets out of hand, and now means tonight. And if I get a call or text from anyone involved in this other than you or the chairman, I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows and my ability forever hold a grudge that you will regret not following my direction. I am sitting here waiting for the call with my father." Well, the whistleblower says communications like these made it clear we needed to search the guest house at the Biden's Delaware residence. And it notes there in 2023, Assistant U.S. Attorney Leslie Wolf told us there was more than enough probable cause for the physical search warrant there. But the search never happened. And when evidence then led them to search a storage unit in Virginia, the whistleblower says Wolf stepped in again and tipped off Hunter's attorneys. Weiss agreed that if the storage unit wasn't accessed for 30 days, we could execute a search warrant on it. Whistleblower says no sooner had we gotten off the call when we heard Wolf had simply reached out to Hunter Biden's defense counsel and told him about the storage unit, once again ruining our chance to get evidence before being destroyed, manipulated, or concealed. And folks, when it came to questioning Joe Biden, the whistleblower says they were shut down again by Leslie Wolf. We shared with prosecutors our outline to interview Hunter Biden's associate, Rob Walker. Among other things, we wanted to question Walker about an email. 10 held for H. Yes, for the big guy. We had obvious questions. Who was H? Who was the big guy? Why this percentage was to be held separately with the association hidden. But Wolf interjected and said she did not want to ask about the big guy and stated she did not want to ask questions about, quote, dad. She didn't want to ask questions, they say, and the mainstream media, for the most part, doesn't either, ignoring this story, ignoring the alleged corruption and influence peddling by the Bidens. And the Bidens, well, they're hoping it'll go away. Joe, of course, says he loves his son, a son who's trying to get his life back together. That is their story, and they're sticking to it, folks. But joining us now to discuss this a little bit closer, and we are very interested to hear his reaction to all of this, the Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization, Donald Trump Jr. Don, good to have you in today of all days here. Wow.
Yeah, great to be with you guys. Just absolute insanity. I just ask anyone to put on the opposite day hat and say, what would happen if this was Donald Trump Jr. and Donald Trump? No one would be quiet about it. No one would be going to bat for us. No one would be covering it up. No one would tip off people to allow them the chance to tamper with evidence. No one would allow any of these things to happen. And yet it's happening right now under our noses, and it's absolutely despicable.
Under our noses and also in plain sight, because we want to pull up that video again of Hunter Biden, really not a care in the world, Don. And not only, you know, with the plea deal, oh, wow, his paternity case and those payments for his, you know, his daughter, Navy, that just sort of went away as well this week. It's incredible how when your last name is Biden, things seem to disappear. How much longer do you think that this will continue? Obviously, there's a lot of pressure mounting. There is some dribs and drabs of reporting. But when do you hope this story will break wide open?
Well, it should have broken wide open 5 or 6 years ago when they started finding this evidence. That's what would have happened with anyone other than the Democrat Party elite. There's a different standard for you if your last name is Biden or if you're a Democrat elitist than anyone else in the country, including other Democrats. When you look at the people, some of the actors or rappers that went away for the exact same gun charge, or who went away for years in prison for the exact same tax charge. But then we find out that the Biden administration apparently seemed to withhold information about the submarine because that story, as people were supposedly running out of oxygen for their lives, was taking all of the airtime that would have been on Hunter Biden, on these crimes. But no one was talking about the crimes and Hunter Biden. Literally the week he pled guilty to multiple crimes, is at a state dinner with one of our allies. Like, this is our best foot forward. This is someone who should be out there seen by the world. It's lunacy. I've never seen anything like it. And I know what they tried to do to me. I know what they continue to try to do to my father and our family. And, you know, it's strange. We didn't get billions from China. We didn't take millions from Ukraine or for Russia. And yet when Biden does it, it's like, oh, it's no big deal. We won't even talk about it. We won't even look into it. It's truly disgusting at this point.
Well, there is, you know, obviously we're asking questions. Some other news outlets are asking questions. We do want to put up this report from the Washington Free Beacon. It's quite interesting because there's the WhatsApp message. And I said, remember that date, folks, because it was July in here. And it is actually, according to the Washington Free Beacon, the same day some photos that place Hunter Biden at his father's house there. They're saying while Shapley, who's the whistleblower, did not supply evidence that Joe Biden was in the room, there are 4 photographs on the hard drive of the laptop show him posing behind the wheel of that very now infamous Corvette Stingray here, 6:49 p.m. July 30th, 2017. Metadata embedded in the photos showing, oh, look at that, very close proximity to Joe Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home. But again, the laptop is something also no one wants to discuss. No one wants to actually dig in and uncover what's there.
Well, what's really scary about it is, honestly, I mean, we're literally, according to even the Biden administration, the closest we've been to nuclear war since the Cuban Missile Crisis in the 60s. Could that be influenced by decisions that are being made because they have more information, because they have other things and dirt on Joe Biden himself or further stuff on Hunter? I mean, you know, what we've seen on the laptop's pretty despicable, but, you know, what did Hunter choose, maybe, I don't know, not to record? It seems like it could be a lot worse, and there could be a lot more of it. And the fact that, you know, again, a couple outlets such as yourselves are actually talking about this or covering it, but the people who've been screaming about democracy and all the other things that they love to yell about during the Trump administration are awfully silent, entirely silent to this flagrant just corruption. I mean, has anyone ever seen this much smoke without a fire in political office or in the government? Does the Chinese government tend to invest $1 billion with known drug addicts and crackheads? Like, I don't think they do that unless they're buying influence. And again, the people screaming out democracy and a lot of the major, you know, quote unquote journalists of our time, they couldn't care less because they're fine with the result if that result meant Trump wasn't in office anymore, even if we may be selling ourselves to the Chinese, even if we may be leading ourselves closer to World War III. None of that matters to them. They don't care.
We just got the Attorney General Merrick Garland's clip here just a short time ago, minutes ago. He was asked about the investigation. I want to play that for you as this is just into us here.
As I said at the outset, Mr. Weiss, who was appointed by President Trump as the U.S. Attorney in Delaware and assigned this matter during the previous administration, would be permitted to continue his investigation and to make a decision to prosecute any way in which he wanted to and in any district in which he wanted to. Mr. Weiss has since sent a letter to the House Judiciary Committee confirming that he had that authority.
I mean, this is the story. They're sticking to it, I guess. Don, your reaction?
I mean, does anyone believe anything that comes out of this guy's mouth at this point? I mean, you know, clearly not. I mean, my father nailed this one as well. He said, hey, they're going to charge Hunter with a little nothing like they did, things that would have put any other person, even a lot of celebrities, in jail behind bars for years. But no, he gets nothing. There's no penalty. There's no jail time. There's no nothing. But they use that and then with a straight face go after their political opponents, the leading political rival of Joe Biden, the leader of the opposition party, and try to throw him in jail. This is banana republic stuff. And again, it's happening, and it's happening time and time again, whether it's the cover up because of the submarine, whether it's the sweetheart deal, whether it's going after the person, and whether it's him attending a state dinner. They're laughing in our faces at this point that they can get away with it. And again, between big tech, the vast majority of the mainstream media, no one cares. And that's what's going to keep happening is until people finally say enough is enough.
Before I let you go, just finally, I think you're a really good sport in one regard, because a lot of people say, imagine, anytime we talk about Hunter, you are always the comp. It's like, imagine if this was Don Jr. And you even said it today, like unprompted here. And it is a point, but at some point, are you saying, can we just retire this talking point? Can it be Eric at least one of these times and not me?
Yeah, I always say I understand that I am not the upstanding citizen that Hunter Biden is, but like, give me a break. I feel I've been sort of put through the ringer. I've done 50 hours of congressional testimony for treason. It's a crime punishable by death. So at this point, for me, that's like an average Tuesday. But yeah, it's just, there is no equal justice under our law. The hypocrisy from these people, the supposed leaders, all the talking points about democracy, they're literally sound bites that they're laughing about the second the camera goes off. There's no other explanation.
One of the most important elections of our life here is happening. Your father is the leading GOP candidate, Donald Trump Jr. We appreciate your time. Great to see you today.
Great to be with you guys. Thanks.